Mr. Ole, welcome to Curaçao Chronicle. The hospital has been open now for a little more than 2 weeks. How are things going, and have you encountered any problems?
Yeah, sure. We have moved on November 15th, which went very well. In one day, we moved all patients from the old hospital into the new hospital, Curaçao Medical Center. And naturally, when you start operating a new hospital, which is a large organization and a large operation also, you know that you will encounter some challenges the first few weeks, basically. Especially as it is not only a new building, but also the employees have to adopt new processes, a completely digital system, patient system, which people need to get accustomed to. So we had a couple of challenges, also challenges with telephone PBX and also, let's say, requests for lab tests. But nowadays, I would say that after 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks, things are going every day a little bit better.
There were reports also about one person dying. Is there any news on this, any update on this?
Let me put it like this. In any hospital around the world, people die daily, basically. In this specific case, nobody died because of malpractice or because of there weren't sufficient medicines and things like that. So the information that someone died due to something with regard to Curaçao Medical Center is incorrect.
That's fake news, please.
It's fake news in the sense that there is a patient who has died, but which the process started before entering in the hospital. So people need to be aware when something went wrong before people enter into the hospital. The hospital is not the institute to correct what went wrong before the patient arrived at the hospital. So basically, if a patient died because the first part outside of the hospital was not carried out correctly, then you cannot blame the hospital that someone died.
How many patients? Because we also have reported that in these 2 weeks, there's a lot of patients treated in the new hospital. Do you have some figures you can share with us?
Yes. During the first 2 weeks, we handled over 2,000 patients. Not all naturally staying in the hospital, but especially emergencies patients coming to the polyclinic, outpatient, and also patients having surgery, undergoing surgery, basically. So in the first 2 weeks, we handled over 2,000 patients.
And also, while coming here, we noticed it's brand new, so for us it was a bit confusing to get where we need to be. Do you have a system developed where people that are visiting the hospital, they can find their way?
Yes, we have developed. There is a lot of information on the website of Curaçao Medical Center, which is very simple: www.cmc.cw. And on the website there are a lot of information. We also have developed some folders, brochures, which also are distributed to people visiting the hospital. We need to be aware that the hospital is not only new for the employees, but also for the users and the patients and those visiting. So it's kind of normally that people need to get accustomed to the new building, to the new routes, to the new digital system. So we know it will take a couple of weeks, if not months, before everyone has gone to the hospitals, either visiting or visiting their doctors, in getting accustomed with the hospital. So yes, we can, despite of the fact that we have hostesses helping out people visiting the hospital, we do have some understanding for any kind of irritation, because everything is new, also for the ones visiting the hospital.
Okay, what's next? Now that you opened, everything is operating, you're trying to resolve problems. What's next for the hospital?
Well, it's getting every day a little bit better, in the sense that people get accustomed while using the system, getting their place, finding their way within the hospital. Next is also that we hope to start this week or next week with elective surgery, so people who have to be scheduled to undergo surgery. And also, what's also next is that people need to come to the hospital when they have time. There is no rush if you don't need to be at the hospital in order to register and get a new patient.
So you like those medical cards?
Medical cards, yes. They need to they need to register and obtain their new Curaçao medical cards.
That's the same card you used to get one for emergency at the old hospital?
No, because there nothing was digitalized.
Oh, okay.
So here it is completely digitalized. So you need to get a new patient card with your picture on it, but also with your information digitally on it. So you have a barcode which contains your personal information. So people need to come. There is no rush if you don't need to be at the hospital. But when you have time, especially after 5 or during weekends, you have time, pass by and register to obtain your new medical card.
We heard also that the hospital here, compared to in the Caribbean, it's pretty brand new, meaning pretty digitalized, very modern hospital. Is that true?
That is definitely true. We have one of the most modern hospitals in the entire region, Caribbean region, and we should be very, very proud of what we have. That's one thing. And also the hospital will undergo actually the process when we have established everything the first year in obtaining the GCI, which is Joint Commission International brand, if one can call it like that, which gives you the certification that you are a hospital that have the level of a US hospital or a European Union hospital.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.